You know, in the history of football, some players are famous for their goals, others for their sheer strength. But there's one man who's remembered for something else entirely, for his authority, his elegance, and for literally changing the way the game is even played. This is the story of Franz Beckenbauer, the Emperor.
I mean, that one sentence just says it all, doesn't it? He wasn't just another player on the field. He was the conductor, the architect of the whole thing. He commanded the pitch with this presence that was, well, it was almost royal.
And you know what's so telling about that nickname? He never asked for it. It just happened. It was given to him because of the effortless way he controlled everything around him. It wasn't about shouting or being aggressive. It was all about presence.
So, where did this emperor even come from? Well, his story starts in a pretty unlikely place. The ruins of a nation trying to piece itself back together.
Think about it. He was born just months after World War II ended. He grew up playing football on the streets of Munich. And right from the start, it was clear his talent wasn't about being the biggest or the strongest. It was all about his mind. The game just made sense to him in a way it didn't for anyone else. He saw the geometry, the space, the rhythm of it all.
And that incredible understanding of the game, well, it led him to do something that was truly revolutionary. He didn't just get good at a position, he went and invented a brand new one.
The attacking sweeper, or as it's sometimes called, the libero. Now, before Beckenbauer, a defender's job was pretty simple, right? Stop the other team. End of story. The idea that a defender could also be the team's main playmaker, the one starting all the attacks, that was absolutely radical. Nobody was doing that.
And this is what that revolution looked like. He wasn't just booting the ball away from danger, no. He was carrying it forward, with his head up, scanning the field, dictating the entire pace of the match from the back. The key here is that he turned defending from just reacting into something proactive. For him, defending was just another form of control.
So with this game-changing style, playing for his hometown club Bayern Munich and for West Germany came an era of just total dominance. But it also came at a pretty steep price.
Just take a look at this period in the mid-70s. It's unreal. In 1974, he captains his country to a World Cup victory, on home soil no less. And in that same year, he leads Bayern Munich to the first of three, not one, not two, but three straight European Cups. This was his empire at its absolute peak.
But for all the trophies, his defining moment, the image that really cemented his legend forever, is captured right here in this simple phrase. It's a moment of courage that's almost impossible to believe.
It was in the game of the century against Italy. He breaks his collarbone, but here's the thing, the team had already used all their substitutions, so what does he do? He gets his arms strapped tightly to his body and just plays on, through all of extra time. That image of the emperor, injured but refusing to quit, became the ultimate symbol of his incredible will and sense of duty.
And that moment just perfectly shows his unique style of leadership, right? He didn't have to scream at people or try to intimidate them. His authority came from his intelligence, his calmness, and the unbelievable power of his example. His teammates didn't fear him, they trusted him, completely and totally.
So after conquering the entire world as a player, you'd think his story would be over. But no, there was one last historic achievement that would put him in a category all by himself.
So what's this number all about? What does the number 2 mean in the story of Franz Beckenbauer?
It's the number of times he won the World Cup. He lifted that trophy as the captain back in 1974. And then he did it all over again in 1990, but this time as the manager. It was the ultimate proof of his complete and total mastery of football, from every single angle.
So when it's all said and done, beyond all the trophies and those legendary moments, what did he really leave behind? What is the lasting legacy of the Emperor?
Honestly, his influence is absolutely everywhere today. He completely rewrote the job description for a defender. He showed everyone a different way to be a leader on the field. And here's why that matters to you. Every single time you watch a game and see a modern center back confidently stride out of defense with the ball to start an attack, you're basically seeing the ghost of Beckenbauer. He drew that blueprint.
This is really what he stands for. He proved that you could be the ultimate authority figure without being a screamer, that you could be graceful and elegant and still be the toughest guy on the pitch. And he showed us that true leadership isn't about not feeling fear, it's about doing what needs to be done anyway.
He was a player so far ahead of his time that his ideas are still shaping
the future of the game. And in the end, that's probably the best way to think about him. He wasn't just a phenomenal football player. He was an emperor who built an empire of ideas, forever changing the world that he ruled.